Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1169th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni, and of course that would be me. Good evening, traders. This video coming to you on a Monday night for trading, Tuesday, May 6, 2014. What's on the board? A few interesting topics. We have three and a neutral omni at the onset of trading for Tuesday. Before we get into it, please know this: futures trading can be extremely risky and can absolutely cause substantial financial loss if you do not understand that a stop is your best friend. If you don't understand the risks behind trading futures, you need to get up and run. Don't listen to me, because this is a risky game. Make sure you put stops in and put them in first. Now, let's move forward. Remember, stops going first. Traders, ES and NQ start off neutral at the onset of trading. I will show you some charts that will give you reasoning why we're going to start off with a neutral, allow the market to test some omni levels before we enter into any positions. I will say this: the omni's neutral but slightly leaning towards the downside, and at the same time formations are very iffy right here. Are we breaking out? Are we failing? Very, very difficult to tell the two apart. So I want to show you that, and that's mostly why we're going to start off with a neutral. You know, sometimes the best position is no position at all. Then gold, if you ask me, is getting very interesting. I'll show you a chart on gold. And even though I showed you a chart on bonds in last night's video, which was short term, I will now remind you and show you of the long-term view in bonds. Do not forget where they're going long-term. Absolutely down will be that direction. And I'll show you the chart that will absolutely convince you that that is what's coming. So, the neutral omni. Again, let me show you the charts. I'd like to say that I'm personally bullish. The omni says I'm not so sure if it's going up tomorrow. It's not bullish. It's not bearish. Leaning slightly bearish. And the formations are not proving anything yet. Maybe one more day is what we'll need to get some confirmation here. So, interesting gold chart coming up very shortly. It is above the 200 bar moving average now. And when a market gets above its 200 bar moving average, usually fund managers pay attention. They come in and they start buying. If it gets underneath, they start selling. Gold has broken out above it. Maybe we'll get some more buying in the gold. Traders, remember, I've got a new stock recommendation site. I am giving stock recommendations, which are very much like our futures recommendations. They are geared for the trader who wants to be in the morning and out on most occasions by 4 p.m. that afternoon. Sometimes we hold them overnight, but usually we try to be out by the same day. If you would like to trade some stocks with me, come to livewithoscar.com, click on the stock site recommendations and view them for yourselves. I'll be there sending you flash updates, running the trades for you as I do with my futures trades. All right, traders, listen. Come on down and meet me at livewithoscar.com. Come into my free trading room. Don't trade alone. Come join an ever-growing army of omniacs that come to my room every day. It's free. I will be there to help you. It is a non-hostile environment. And as I said in last night's video, there are no stupid questions. The only stupid question is the one that you failed to ask me. So come on down and let's see if we can help you out. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
I was just surfing financial sites, and you know, it's just like the internet. You click on one link, it takes you to another site, and it took me some YouTube videos, and I came across Oscar. Started following him there, then I got led to his website, and following that I went to his chat room, and I was very impressed with his calls, and I had to know how he does it.
Well, I've come all the way from England for this course, and it's been very worthwhile. I would hop on a plane tomorrow. I come halfway around the world for this course because it's exactly what I needed, and I know that I will go away and become a very successful trader now.
I want to thank him. Yeah, he is a great man. He has big heart. to do all this, to teach all these techniques, all these tips, it's almost incredible. We all four were asking ourselves how it's possible to give to the public all these techniques and all these tips, all this knowledge. It's almost incredible.
The money is definitely not an issue. You get several fold what you put in. I don't understand how anybody can take Oscar's trades and not come to OmniCamp. It makes very little sense. You have to understand how these trades come about. You have to understand why the trades are taken. You have to understand why even the trade is thought of, how it came up, how it came about. And without OmniCamp, I don't really understand the usefulness of following Oscar's trades. He teaches you everything you need or everything you ask. There should be no questions. The only question should be, when is the next OmniCamp and when can you attend?
Traders, the first chart I wanted to show you this evening is the Dow Jones Transportation Average. Remember this chart in last night's video and last week's video? And last week's video I said we have to crack right here, and boom, we went down when I showed you number 4. Then I came out, last night's video showed you number 5 and said Cinco de Trani, and I spelled it, if you remember, S-I-N-K-O, Cinco de Trani. It was Cinco de Mayo Day. I thought I'd be a little cute. Well, that's the way it looked on Sunday evening when the Omni made the call, and this is what happened. Bingo! Bravo! What a very nice piece of analysis. This chart gave the OmniAx a 17-point hit, a 17-point catch they made in the ES because of that chart. Sold the ES at the highs last night and got themselves out at the lows. Rock and roll OmniAx. I was glad I was there to help you. Not all trades win, I assure you, but that one was a good one. So let's move on. So that worked, right? Very nicely. But here we are looking at the emini S&P. The last thing that we did, which was significant, was put in a lower high than this high right here. We came down from that line, came back up to it. We have not bested the line, so there is no breakout buy signal yet, right? We haven't gotten above the line, which means you're still looking at a possible sell signal. That, my friends, is a neutral. You got to sit tight and see what's going to happen. Let's move forward. Look at the NASDAQ. The last thing it did was put a lower high in from this high, and a lower one from this one, and a lower one from that one, and a lower one from this one, right? A high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. It has not gotten above that. Nothing here has changed. I can't say it's a buy yet, especially not without Omni pointing straight up. So we'll have to give it another day or at least a half a session. The Russell is not promising anything here at all, if you ask me, not unless we can get above that line. It has been severely entrenched in this pattern of lower highs and lower lows, except for this one right here. Actually, that is a lower high here. So lower highs and lower lows, and that's not convincing yet. You need to at least get over here and stay there a little bit before any rally can be called from this chart. And then you've got the DAX, traders. Once again, it has not proved it can get above here. The last thing it did was fail at this high and broke all the way down. But then on Monday, it rallied to the top of its day. But that doesn't quite make it a breakout, right? It's got to get above here. Otherwise, we are still defensive in these markets. Then there's the gold, traders. We just created a nice bull flag. You had a fake breakout of that flag, and then it broke out to the upside above the 200 ball moving average. And here's what I find significant about that. Once you get above it, you get some time. Once you get above it, you get some time. We just got above it, we should get some time. So I think the gold is looking interesting. And then the long-term view on the bond chart. Remember, you do not break the 200 bar moving average on the bond chart daily or weekly. Well, mostly on the weekly we'll discuss here. If you are in a bull market. Why? Because if you look back for several years, 18 weeks is about the extent of being below the 200 before a blow up. 18 weeks, a blow up, if you go back, there's about 5 of them. This one is 39 weeks, including this week and counting. We are here right now. 39 weeks below the 200. that is a sell signal, right? Now, no one can fight the Fed. No one's big enough, no one's got thick enough muscles or a big enough war chest to fight the Fed. So we're not getting involved in bonds until it actually does crack, and then you'll start hearing from me with bond omnis. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework, and meet me at livewithoscar.com. So, you've seen the charts and my technical argument for why we're going to start off with the neutral omni. We may end up in a trade in the emini or the NASDAQ, but we're observers for now. The gold does look interesting, wouldn't you say? And bonds, that is what it is unless it becomes something different. Keep an eye on that chart long term for the downside. All right, traders. Thank you so much for participating and coming to my chat room every day. Thank you for watching my videos. Make sure you subscribe to these videos on YouTube so that every time I put one out, which is almost every evening, you get notified by YouTube and you can see it before the markets start to move. And finally, I still have not qualified one last person for my Omni camp. I basically am looking for a novice trader that does not know anything about analysis. No one's had the chance to ruin this person. That's the person I'm looking for. I want you to be able to just pull up a simple daily chart, and if I ask you to pull up a stochastic, you can do that too. That's all I need from you. The rest, I want you to learn from me so no one gets to jade you before you learn this business. If that sounds like you, and you'd like to spend 4 days in Vegas with me, time is very limited. You're almost out of time really to grab the seat and get yourself out here. So, contact me at livewithoscar.com or call me 702-629-4755 because over the next couple of days I will cancel the opportunity for you to come out here. All right, traders, that's about it. Remember, I'll see you at livewithoscar.com, and always keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. Believe me, just keep saying it when you're in positions. And you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Baby, rock and roll. I'll see you at my site. Come join me. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.